Good morning, POS Daily! Kaboom, kabang, kaching. I am your host, Keith Carberry, and we are live, local, international, and loud, baby! Hope everybody's having a mighty fine Friday, this being January 31st. Can you believe it? 1 month has already gone by of 2014. What's that, like 8% of the year is gone already? Where did it go? You know, January always seems to me like the longest month, but once it's all done, you just can't believe it's already done. That's how I roll, anyway. We can't say Happy New Year anymore. That's all done. Nothing like that, right? But today we're going to talk about Internet Marketing Commandments, and there are Internet Marketing Commandments. And it's kind of fun commandments. This is kind of like a fun day, but it's a true day as well, and what you need to do if you want to be as successful as you want to be online. The 10 Commandments of Internet Marketing begins. The first one is, thou shalt choose the right platform. You know, choosing the right platform is extremely important when you're starting out. You want to make the decision right off the bat. And what's a platform? We're going to talk about what a platform is, because a platform means different things to different people. So as I just said, what is a platform? A platform can mean many different things. For our purpose, we are talking about a website platform. Basically, this will be the tool you use to create, display, and run your websites. And what should I consider? Well, you should absolutely consider the cost, the ease of use, how it looks, what type of you want. Is it search engine friendly? We're going to be talking about search engines coming up next week. And is it flexible? Is it a flexible platform? Thou shalt choose the right platform. WordPress, is that the right platform? Well, WordPress really shines when it comes to building content on your website. If you choose a more traditional HTML-based platform, or also known as a static-based platform, when you update or add content to your website, it will involve the process you have to create an HTML page using a WYSIWYG program like Composer or more expensive ones that you have to pay for. Using a program like Dreamweaver, that's the one that I was looking for, or a plain text editor if you are comfortable using HTML. And then you have to upload it via the FTP host. This is not a process, and it can take a while to wrap your head around what you need to do properly. So, should you use WordPress? We'll talk about that even further. And what's the cost? Well, the cost of WordPress is free, actually. So you can use WordPress, and it's, like I said, free. Ease of use. There is certainly a learning curve when learning, but it is a relatively easy platform. Far easier than HTML platform. What about look and style? Updating your style for WordPress is based on the website's as easy as clicking a theme or a plugin and editing that theme or plugin. The real cool thing about WordPress. Google loves WordPress. They really do. I don't know why. I think it's because it's content-driven, and Google loves content. The more content, the better Google is, because they can search that content for the people who are searching something. Flexibility, yes, it's very flexible. It's far more flexible than any static web page. Now, there are going to be times when you need to create a static web page, and you can't just use WordPress. But whenever possible, you might really want to consider using WordPress. Well, again, why WordPress? Well, with the use of themes and plugins, you can create any kind of website that you want. An e-commerce, a directory site, a squeeze page, a landing page, a sales letter, a membership site, social network, business website, a company blog, etc. Now, it is my personal belief that you should shy away from using WordPress as a sales letter or a squeeze page, and stick with a more traditional squeeze page like the ones you can get from the Poweer lead system. And oh, by the way, if you're just joining us for the very first time, welcome. My name is Keith Carberry, and at the top side you'll see a button that says See How It Works. You can click on that right now, it'll open up a new page, and typically a video is going to start playing. When that video plays, all you need to do is pause that video and come right back here. All right? I'll just give you a second to do that. Great. I was saying, WordPress has some great features, but I think that it lacks in performance and it lacks in style when it comes to squeeze pages. Now, the reason why I say that, a lot of people have said, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig, right? And that's kind of like what WordPress is when it comes to squeeze pages. You can try to pretty it up to make it look like a squeeze page, make it work like a squeeze page, but it's still a blog system, and it still works like a blog system. It's still a blog system, and it still acts like one. And sometimes it's just very difficult to make a WordPress blog page look like a squeeze page. Just not an easy thing to do. Thou shalt accept the power of focus. If I had $1 million, if I had a nickel for every time I didn't follow this huge commandment, I'd have $1 million, because a lot of times us in the internet marketing world, we see a shiny object and we jump to it. And then we see another shiny object and we jump to it. We need to stick to it is what we need to do. You don't want to be the jack of all trades, right? You want to be and the master of none. You want to definitely be a master of one or two or three things and stick to that. A fair shot. I can't tell you how many times I've recommended a product like the Poweer system, and as you can see, I'm still recommending it, where people have signed up to the Poweer system and sometimes they didn't even pay. They stayed as a free member. And if they did start to pay, they only paid 1 month. Folks, we need to give things like the Poweer system more than 1 month for it to start to work for you. And you can. The real nice thing about the Poweer system is, well, there's two great things. Number one is that it's a tool that you should use and you can use, and it works well with proven technologies. And two, you can actually make quite a lot of money if you promote the product. Yeah. So stick to it, right? Focus should not be ignored. It is the second internet marketing commandment, and it carries great importance. Focus efforts on one money-making avenue will mean you devote the proper effort and time it requires. Focusing your learning on a particular skill set will make you a master, not a jack. Right? Finally, avoid costly and timely mistakes across the wide sites. Get your first website where it needs to be, and then build others based around what you've learned. Focus leads to success and helps avoid errors. Embrace it. The third commandment, thou shalt be the guru, not of the guru. The online guru, I would like to say, is a rare species, but it isn't. As soon as you begin trying to make money online, you will find yourself running into the online guru. They know it all. They have made it where you want to be and are willing to show you how for a price. Thou shalt be the guru, not of the guru. There is a lot to learn from them. Use the marketing prowess, the best gurus to study, like the sales copy, email subjects. Guys, the email subject is, if you're starting to grow your list, and if you have a list of 100 people, and you send out a message that says something like, hi, something real basic, people aren't going to open it. Or, it's a great day today. You need to have some spice to your email subjects. Autoresponder series. You can buy autoresponder series and modify them and edit them to make them your own. When to make offers. Know when to make offers. When they make offers and how they make offers. learn things like their web design, email design. I open up almost every email I possibly can from about 6 or 7 different people on the market today, just to see what they're doing, how they're writing it, what their question is. And then I mimic them, right? Isn't that the way to do it? Or modify it so that it becomes you? Thou shalt honor, this is the 4th commandment, thou shalt honor thy search engine. Now, I need toothpicks when it comes to, even just saying SEO, I need toothpicks. Because it's such a difficult thing for me to wrap my head around. I do it every day, but it drives me crazy every single time I do it. When you are internet marketing, you can't take the powers of search engines for granted. If you are ranking number 1 for your choice of keywords, that might not be all you need. That might be all you need to do to drive traffic to your offer. Many people make a good living just by using search engines as their traffic streams. And that's so, so true. I can't tell you how many times I get on Google each day. I'm sure I'm not alone in this room. I bet everybody in this room does the same thing. You open up a Google page, and on Google.com you type in a search for something. Imagine if you type in a search for something and you're on page 1 at the very top to rank number 1 for that keyword. To get so much traffic from that. But it's not easy. First, in order to honor the search engine, thy search engine, you want to pick the right platform to build your site. Search engine friendliness, the search engine friendliness chase. Build your site with WordPress. Now, I'm not saying build your site with just WordPress. You might want to have a static page. So let's say that, for instance, my website here, VirCast.com. That's a static page, but I do have a blog site, so it's VirCast.com/blog if you wanted to see my blog. Now, on my blog, I'm so busy sometimes I don't have any time to write a blog on it, but I push other people's content inside my blog site just to add more information to my blog site. Keywords are essentially the terms that people type into search engine. So I think if you type in virtual webcast, you might see VirCast now. That might show up. It took me time to get that word, which is a very small keyword. I'm now working on video. I can't remember the word now. But anyway, after you get one down, start working on another one, right? A keyword that is more sought after when people actually search it. Keywords are essentially the terms that people... I already read that. Never mind. URL. This is also very important. Your web address matters when it comes to Google. Keyword-rich web addresses can rank much easier than generic ones. If you can't get a keyword-rich one, then you can go with a more generic one, and we will talk later about that. You want to page titles and post titles. Very important. You want to make sure that each page title and each post title has keywords in it, right? Whatever keyword it is. So if I'm doing it again for a virtual webcast, I would make sure that that keyword was in there. Backlinks. I don't know how to explain backlinks other than by reading this, but I will say this. Every time I look at rankings, and then I go to one of these search engines like Alexa to see what their ranking is, you'll also see how many backlinks they have. And the ones that have the most backlinks, they're the ones that are usually getting the most hits and getting the most traffic. And backlinks are a little bit different now when they were maybe 4 years ago. 4 years ago, it was the number of backlinks that you got. Now, that's still very important. So if I have a website that has 1,000 backlinks, where 1,000 other websites are linking to me, that's really good. But it's better if those 1,000 websites are high websites as well. So if I go to google.com / top 10 webinar systems, and Google had a list like that. We know that Google's ranked #1 and has the best searching, right? And let's say Google recommended VirCast.com. Now, that is not just your average backlink. That is like a primo backlink. And those are the type of backlinks you want. So if you have 1,000 backlinks that are sites that mean nothing, then your site's going to mean nothing. If you have 10 backlinks with the best from the best websites out there, then that means something. So those are the type of backlinks you want to find and search for and look for. Content. Google's main goal is to provide its users with relevant content. If a website has fresh content, then it usually means that the content is more current, therefore more relevant, right? So one of the things that, just as a side note, so you get an understanding, everybody knows that I'm recording these videos, right? I'm recording right now. You should see that on the top right-hand side, it probably says recording or something. I don't have that because I'm not looking at that. But I record this and then I put it up on my website. I'm providing content, right? I'm changing it, and Google loves that. So although I'm doing this cast for you guys, there's also, it just so happens that I'm benefiting from it too in some manner, right? So content, so that people keep on coming back. Now, those of you who have watched my show quite a bit know that I have a milkman. My milkman, I can hear the milkman truck coming up the driveway right now. He's going to be knocking at the door any second, and I have to give my order. So I apologize for that in advance, because that's going to happen in just a minute here. Come on in. Come on in, Joe. Hey, 2 milks, a pizza, a butter, 2 eggs. Thank you. So what is content really, right? Web content by definition is the text and visual and the audio, anything that you put in onto your website is content, right? Every piece of content that you add and you change and you modify, Google loves it. It sees that it's a live website. It knows it. He's got all these bots coming out there and hitting your website. It's not an easy thing to do, right? But by me actually giving a presentation today and then putting this presentation up on my website, in a sense, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So if you can do something like that, I would highly encourage that you do that as well. Creating content should never be overlooked. It is one of the cardinal sins to ignore it, and that is so true. Content is king, and you've probably heard that before. And as I mentioned, it's not an easy thing to do to get content. I understand that, and I respect it because it takes a long time to get content. Content does not come in one big bucket and thrown in. It's a daily task. Commandment number 6, thou shalt embrace social media. You can just put it right on the table there. Don't worry about it. I'm positive. I think I have an extra pizza left for my son anyway.
I got wash in it. It's just empty.
What's that?
I have a wash.
An empty pizza box?
Yeah, I think at least 6 or 7.
All right, thanks, Joe. You can actually leave that door open. It's nice and bright.
Yeah, it's not bad. The sun's good.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you.
All right, have a good weekend.
You too. I apologize for that, folks, but find it humorous that I have a milkman that delivers pizza, and he ran out of pizza. Thou shalt embrace social media. Oh my God, that should be commandment number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? Social media is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As much as I try to avoid it, I really can't. I find myself on Facebook more now than I've ever been on Facebook, and it aggravates the heck out of me. But it's a necessary evil. It's so necessary to get involved in Facebook. And one thing you can't do, which I've been trying to do for the last few years, is to write just content and trying to market myself, as much as that's all I really want to do, because I can't get bogged down with some silly pictures and commenting on them. Some of them are great. Some things are really funny. Some things I do enjoy. But I find myself really working hard at trying to find some things to say and do just to be sociable. Not that I'm not sociable. I'm very sociable, but I'm more sociable off of Facebook. But I am learning. I'm still learning because it's so much bigger. It really is getting just so big. You need to have some type of presence online, and you can't just provide content. It's just like doing an email, right? You can't always, some people can get away with it. Todd Gross does a very good job at getting away with it because he positions himself in his email as somebody that's reviewed the product, and he's recommending it based on his review. And very rarely does he have to, because the way that he positions himself, have to just send out an email filled with content. Most of it is content based on a recommendation, right? Now, the same thing is true here. I can't just go onto Facebook as much as I want to and just provide, hey, come visit us live on the show about the Power Lead system. Can't just do that, right? Every once in a while, say something funny, something quirky, respond to somebody else's pictures, watch a video and that somebody else has put up and respond to it, so that you're what? Socializing, right? Now, this is probably a little old. It's probably 1 billion now. It says, here are a couple social media facts to consider. Facebook has 500 million users. Over half of them are active at any one time. 71% of the U.S. web audience is on Facebook. It's probably more like 57% of the people talk to others online more than real life. That's sad, but true. 1 million links are shared every 20 minutes on Facebook. Is that amazing? 1 million links are shared every 20 minutes on Facebook. Yikes! Since April 2010, Twitter has gained 40 million users. Social networking site usage grew 88%. In 2009, social gamers bought $2.2 billion in virtual goods. The change in social media use among boomers 55 to 64 rose 97% in 2008 to 9% in 2008 to 43% in 2010, and the number is probably about 80% in 2014. The percentage of Americans familiar with Twitter has surged from 5% in 2008 to 87% in 2010, and probably 99.9% today. Commandment number 7, thou shalt believe in the power of the list. The email list has been a staple of the internet marketing for ages. It is exactly what it sounds like, a list of names and email addresses that you can send messages to. Most marketers just refer to their email list as the list. I like to call it the Rolodex. That's because my 83-year-old will know what I'm talking about when I call it the Rolodex, right? How to get a list. You have to build your list. We've been talking about this for weeks. You can accomplish this in a lot of ways, but generally speaking, you need to have some sort of autoresponder, like the Power Lead system. It is usually best to practice to offer some sort of offer in exchange for the visitor's email list. Something like sign up for our newsletter and receive a free ebook. I know you guys already know that, though, right? Why should you care about a list? Obviously, then, because it's a numbers game. Guys, internet marketers, you are internet marketers. It is a numbers game. The bigger your list, the better chance you have somebody opening up your email. The better chance you have somebody open up your email, the better chance you have a sale. Right? It's all a numbers game. An email list also retains interested buyers. Exactly. As soon as you get some buyers in there, then you'll be able to grow your list you'll be able to monetize on that list. And with the Power Lead system, you can separate your buyers from your liars, right? Number 8, thou shalt not forsake product creation. Creating a product is probably one of the most difficult things to do on the internet, other than building a list. But it is also the most rewarding, and it's yours. You own it. Now, you might be able to buy a private label rights and modify it. You might be able to buy white label products and modify it to make it your own. That makes it a little bit easier than to go out there and create your own product, any kind of digital download. It's not an easy thing to do, but once you own something like that, that's when you start making real money. And I'm very serious about that, because that's when you start to find affiliates to promote your product or service. Some of the most popular products to create are ebooks, videos, PLR, audio products, mini sites, graphic designs, make money guides, offline marketing guides, article packages, how-to guides, etc. Webinar rooms, right? As you can see, there are a wide variety of products being able to promote online. Folks, once you create your own product, then you can get a squeeze page out there saying, this is a unique product. And when you get your squeeze page out there, you build your list. When you build your list, then you start making money. Thou shalt forsake product creation, not forsake product creation. Creating products has a number of advantages. It is a natural for any internet marketer. If you are sick of doing other people's marketing or want to increase your profits, then consider creating your own product. One of the cool things that the Power Lead system has is the ability to say, hey, we know that we have a great product, the Power Lead system product itself, but we also know that you might have your own product. And our system is allowing to help you create your own product, or if you have your own product already, to promote your own product. And they respect that. They respect the fact that, listen, we're not going to just say money by marketing our product or service. You can make money, and we can help you make money by using our service to promote your own product, right? You can make more money with your own product, right? You don't have to share any of the costs unless you have an affiliate program cost that way. You can get your own affiliates, and that's really big. Because isn't it great to know that you might know somebody that has a list of 10,000 or 20,000 people, and they can promote for you on your behalf? And it also obviously has a value. Once you create a product, it's yours forever. It's always yours. You can do anything you want with it, right? When you create a product, you go a long way in branding yourself as an expert. And once you brand yourself as an expert, that's when the money starts rolling in, baby. Commandment number 9. Thou shalt develop the thickest of skins. You're going to run into people who say things that are ugly, rotten, because they can hide behind Facebook, right? They can hide behind their words. They don't have to show themselves. That's one of the worst parts about online, is that people tend to say things they probably would never, ever, ever say face to face. So I do encourage, even though you need to have the thickest of skins, when you are on Facebook or you're on Skype or something, and you have this urge to write something nasty, it might be a good idea to think that you're writing directly to you're looking at that person and you're talking to them before you start typing, right? Developing this thick skin will also help you deal with more legitimate complaints. Get them all the time, baby. It happens. It just happens. And lastly, thou shalt save time with outsourcing. If you've never ever used Fiverr.com and you have $5 in your pocket right now, Fiverr.com and hire someone to do something. Just do it. Hire somebody to help you with your backlinks. Hire somebody to that if you have a product that is bald and they're willing to put a tattoo on their forehead that promotes your business for the day. Do that for $5. The things people will do for $5 is shocking. And there's a reason why they do it, though, for $5, right? The reason why they do it for $5 and they spend hours for just a measly $5 is to build a relationship, right? Let me show you what I can do for $5. That's what they're trying to do, right? So take those minutes and see what somebody can do for you for $5. You're going to be impressed, and you might just make money off what they do for $5. Yeah, I'm telling you to spend $5 today. Don't go out and get a cup of coffee today. For the next 3 days, don't get coffee. If you go out, hold off for 3 days, you get $5, spend it on Fiverr.com. And that's Fiverr, I believe, .com. Outsourcing just makes sense, guys. Because when somebody's doing something that you don't have enough time to do, it frees up time to be doing something else, right? I outsource as much as I possibly can. Sometimes I just can't. We just can't do it. I've got 2 programmers. I've got a graphics guy, and I probably need 3 or 4 more other people to outsource. Maybe I can outsource this show. You can outsource it to someone, right? So I can put the milk away that the milkman just brought. All right. Here's some outsourced tasks include, mentioned earlier, logo design, banner, article writing, research, link building, web promotion, WordPress installation, software creation, script installation, graphic design. I had a script created, and it was one of the best scripts, and it's called Note to Mail. And I'm going to get everybody this script at some point in the next few days, because I created this script for me, and I loved it so much that I decided that I'd sell it. And every once in a while I do give it away. So I'm just going to give it away to somebody and some people in this room at some point over the coming weeks. And because it's really a fun program. You can go to notetomail.com now and take a look at it and see what it does so you can get an understanding of how it works. Obviously, I don't want you to buy it because I'm going to be giving it to you guys sometime next week. Follow these commandments and you will be on your way to online success. Let's go over them one more time. Number 1, thou shalt choose the right platform. PLS might be the right platform for you. Number 2, thou shalt accept the power of focus. Number 3, thou shalt be the guru, not of the guru. Number 4, and you have to do number 2 in order to get to number 3. If you don't focus on one particular situation, you can't be the guru of that particular thing like search engine optimization. Number 4, thou shalt honor thy search engine. Very important. Boring is all get out. That's probably my next outsourcing because I just find it boring. Some of you might find it interesting. I understand it. I know how important it is. That's why I'm probably going to have it outsourced. Number 5, thou shalt not take the idea of content in vain. Number 6, thou shalt embrace social media. Number 7, thou shalt believe in the power of the list. Number 8, thou shalt not forsake product creation. Get a product out there, create it. Number 9, thou shalt develop the thickest of skins. If somebody ranks on you or your business, don't worry about it. Just keep on trucking, right? And last and not least, thou shalt save time with outsourcing. And if there was an 11th commandment, thou shalt take some time off to be with family. Right? Kaboom, kabang, ka-ching. All right, everybody, my name is Keith Carberry. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday. Take a look at Note to Mail. Don't buy anything. Just take a look at it. Note2mail.com. NOTETOMALE.com, and you'll get an idea of how it works, because we're going to give that to you sometime next week. My name is Keith Carberry. We will see you on Monday. Bye-bye, everybody.